Hi YouTube. It is Little Bitty One and Puka, as usual. So funny story. It is week 17. Welcome. You may or may not have noticed that this video was actually due yesterday to YouTube. I thought yesterday was Monday until I got into bed at 11 p.m. So, sorry about that. I'm back on track today, but it is 10:40 and I'm just walking in the door. So, Puka has not been given her loves. So she's either going to sit there and stare at me with death eyes. She might come down and join us. So anyway, week 17, post-op VSG. I had someone ask me, and I thought I said this in some of my videos, but I realized that I'm not saying it in every one of them. I don't know if I can get into the habit of saying it. I can try. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy with Dr. Christine Wren on November 3rd, 2015 at NYU. I'm not sure why I haven't said that in every one. I know that these videos can be helpful in directing you to a good program. I loved my program. I loved everybody I worked with. I love everybody I continue to work with. So if you need a recommendation, Dr. Wren is the bee's knees, so check her out. I have good news this week. My high weight was 270 pounds. My surgery weight was 265 pounds. My current weight is 230 pounds, which means that I lost 3 pounds this week. I am down 40 pounds total since November 3rd. And I have a BMI of, I believe, 39.5. I figured it out today, meant to check before I started the video, and I didn't. I'm super on top of things. Thank you for noticing. So I'm down 3 pounds this week. If you remember correctly, let's call it 3 weeks ago, my plan was, to try really hard to be down 2 pounds, and I was only down, I think, 1, and I was upset and annoyed and frustrated. And then somehow the next week I was down, or I skipped a week because I was traveling, and then somehow I was down 2, and now this week I'm down 3. That 3-month slowdown is like a real thing, apparently. I'm sorry I didn't trust all you other VSG bloggers. I have heard from not 1 or 2 people, but almost everyone that in month 3, there's a slowdown. And it's, probably your body just recalibrating and saying, oh crap, we're losing all our weight, we gotta hold on to it, and freaking out a little bit, and then it restabilizes and everything's fine. Which is why it's so important to trust the process. And I know I'm freaking out. I am aware. And this is here to document my journey, right? Like that, I hate that word. My adventure. This is here to document my adventure. And it is exactly that. There are high days, there are low days, there are great successes. Like this week is amazing. 3 pounds in a week, I will take it all the way to the bank. That's awesome. There are weeks when it's not so happy, when I gained half a pound or when I only lost half a pound or whatever it was. I want to be as real with you guys as I possibly can. And part of the real me is I freak out. So for better or worse, that's the kind of you're inviting into your lives. I don't know. I'm trying to allow myself to be more honest with who I am and what I'm experiencing. So anyway, Puka is going to her litter box right now, and every time she does, you can hear her scraping around in there, digging for gold on this video. Because now every time it happens, you're going to hear it. Wait for it. It'll come. I am you hear it? See? Yeah, every video. Everyone. So I'm definitely noticing my clothes getting bigger. This shirt, for example, I wore this in a video a few weeks ago. I'll have to look to see which one it was, but I mean, it was very, very tight. There's some room here. There's some space. I'm noticing it. I'm noticing it, especially like here, like around my rib cage and my natural waist. Like, I'm noticing it. I'm also noticing I'm not losing as much in my lower stomach or my thighs. That is typically an indicator of eating too much sugar or eating too much dairy. It's not sugar. It's I do love me some cheese. So that's what that is. Listen, cheese isn't going anywhere. I've tried. I love cheese. I don't have it at every meal anymore like I used to. But I'm not giving it up. It's just not going to happen. So, it's just going to take a little longer for me to lose it there, and that's just fine. The skirt I'm currently wearing is hanging 4 to 6 inches lower than it used to because I don't have quite the badonk I used to. My plan this weekend, all of my friends, all of my people have left me this weekend, and so I don't have anything to do or anywhere to be. So I'm going to go through my closet and try everything on and like try to be very realistic with the way that things look. I definitely know that I don't always notice when things are not fitting me so well anymore, or a little bit big or whatever. And the great thing is I have so many pieces of clothing that once things are too big, I can get rid of them and I'm going to be fine. So that's the plan for this weekend, is to go through that and make a hefty donation to Goodwill. My hormones seem to be a little bit more under control. So when I had my surgery, I got my period 2 weeks early. And then I got it again when I was supposed to. My hunger around my PMS period time was insatiable. I felt the restriction, but it was like every 45 minutes to an hour, hour and a half, I was looking for food, which was vastly different from any other day of the month where it was like, I could take it or leave it. When it came to food, I didn't really care. I am noticing now I'm much more stable, a lot more even keeled. My PMS is really not that bad. There might be a day where I'm like, yeah, I could go for some chocolate. And I'll have like a square and I'm good. So that's been nice. There was for sure an adjustment period though of legitimately like 3 months where I was just not myself, especially around that time of the month. Very strange. But you figure you're removing part of your gut and that controls a lot of your hormones. There's gonna be a change, so look out for that. I am sucking so bad at my food diary. I am sucking so bad. So if you follow me on Instagram, or even if you don't, I post when I think to. I post things that like I wouldn't post on my normal Instagram account. So it's like my profile picture of first month, second month, and third, or pre-surgery, 1 month out and 3 months out, or whatever it was. Would not post that on my normal Instagram. But you lucky folks that might follow me, you get to see all the goods. Or just like things that are weird victories. Like I crossed my legs in the back of a cab the other week, and it was such a big deal. Because that's not something that I ever did. I had a hard time crossing my legs in general. It was not comfortable. And now, like, I don't even know why. That is one of the most exciting things to me. I think I feel more feminine and I feel a little bit more, like, comfortable in my body and what's happening and whatever. So, like, being able to cross my legs is exciting. So I took a picture of that. But food, taking photos of food has proven to be difficult for me. I wouldn't say that I feel hungry, but I feel ready to eat. If that makes any sense. So when I'm ready to eat, I sit down and I eat, and then I'm looking at an empty bowl going, I probably should have taken a picture of that. Whoopsies. So I will endeavor to be better at that, but I will not promise you a darn thing. Hair loss has come to little bitty one's house. I would say 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I started noticing it. It would be like I would go like this, and I would come back with a handful of hair. I don't. It's not happening as bad right now, but it's happening. I mean, there's 4 strands of hair in there. Or like I was wearing a hoodie, and it like the whole hood was filled with hair. It was so gross. The amount of hair that I'm losing in the shower is noticeable. So it's happening. I can't see it. I've maybe a little bit here, but I'm really not, it's not noticeable. I will say that I am bombarding myself with biotin, which is good for new hair growth, so I might be combating it a little bit that way. I don't know, but you should know. It started. Speaking of biotin, I am still 100% on my vitamins every single day. I don't miss a day. I think a big part of that is I have almost all gummies. So it's almost like a little snack for me. It's like having a little mini pouch, mini thing of like gummy treats thing, like you see when you're kids. That's what it's like. So it's easy for me to get them in. And I've been getting them in every single day. So I have a ton of energy. I sleep really well. I haven't been sick, knock wood. I have not been sick once since I had my surgery. I have some allergies, but other than that, like getting sick, getting sore throat, getting like sinus infections or bronchitis or whatever it is that I usually get in the winter, not getting. So there's an added benefit to your awesome vitamins. So here's an interesting little tidbit, and I am going on, 12 minutes, great. I'm going to try to make this fast. So I am officially 1 pound lighter than I was when I went in and tried to do something medically about my weight for the first time. I have said a million times that I need to make a video about all the things I've done to lose weight, and listen, it's not happening. I don't know what to tell you. It's not going to happen. Work is so insane right now. It wouldn't happen until July anyway. So I'm just going to tell you as I go. I'm 1 pound lighter than I was when I walked into a doctor's office and was trying to do something for my weight. And after working with a nutritionist for several weeks and working out with a trainer 3 days a week, I wasn't losing any weight. I had altered my diet. I went from not working out at all to working out 3 days a week. I was doing all these things, and I went back to the doctor and I was like, I'm not losing weight. Like, it's been, say, 3 or 4 months. I'm not losing weight. I took the ALCAT test. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but it tells you what food intolerances you have that can cause bloating, and it can cause allergic reactions within your body where you hold on to different things, or you don't digest them the way you're supposed to. They're not burned in your body the way that they're supposed to. I had altered my diet based on that. That didn't help. And he was like, okay, so there's this thing called HCG. We can try that. Basically, they give you little tiny vials of the HCG hormone, which I'll explain what that is in a sec, and insulin needles. You inject yourself, I think once a day. I think just once a day. And you eat a calorie of 500 calories. So you eat a diet of 500 calories a day. Very specific foods. You can have a very small amount, and I forget the exact weights, of chicken, fish, or like lean fish, not salmon, not good fish, like lean fish, or beef. Beef had to be super lean as well. You could have 2 servings of that a day, of this small serving size. You could have 2 servings of vegetables a day that included greens, celery, onions, tomatoes, and you could have 2 servings of fruit a day. Fruit being either apple, orange, grapefruit, or like strawberries and blueberries. Very, very strict. You did this for 40 days. And you lost between 20 and 40 pounds. It was one of the hardest diets I've ever done. I'm literally poking myself with a needle every day. I'm literally starving myself every day. And yeah, I mean, I lost weight. I did. And the expectation was that it was supposed to reset your hormones and reset your metabolism so that then when you went through the maintenance stage, you then... Puga's eating something off the floor. It would reset it and you would be able to maintain your new weight. HCG, if you're not familiar, is like a human growth hormone. It's found in pregnant women. It was, from what I know, and I could be wrong, it was discovered in India, and it was based on a finding that malnourished women in the region were giving birth to healthy babies. And it was very unclear as to how that was possible and what was happening. So they took a test, they tested their urine, they tested their blood, and they found that there was a hormone called HCG that utilized stored fat from the mother to nourish both herself and the growing child. So the thought is you pump yourself with this hormone. Your body thinks that you're pregnant, but you're also starving yourself, and so it starts using the fat and not using muscle mass as you're starving yourself. And so you lose the stored fat and you lose weight. It worked. To say I lost weight is an understatement. I lost nearly 60 pounds. I did the diet 4 times. I looked great. I don't really remember if I felt great, but I felt great about the way that I looked, so who cares? And then I kept it off, I want to say I kept it off for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months. And I remember I was selected for jury duty, and between the first week and the third week, I tried to put on the same pair of pants, and in the third week I couldn't close them. I could not wear them. And I did not know what was happening. Like, it had been 3 weeks. There's no way that these pants went from fitting me fine to not fitting me. I was eating salads every day for lunch. I really hadn't changed my diet at all from when I was maintaining the weight loss. I really wasn't sure. I remember getting on the scale that morning, and in 3 weeks' time, I had gained 30 pounds back. There's not really words for that kind of devastation after you've starved yourself for 40 days at a time, 4 separate times, to find that you've gained back more than you lost in the last 40 days that you were starving yourself. That'll mess you up good for the whole day. So, yeah, it didn't work for me, and it's very interesting now to see where it's all taken me. To see that, like, I went from feeling like I needed to do something at this weight to getting not even to the weight that I think is my goal weight now, and then gaining all of that back so fast, regardless of what I did, the weight came back on. Giving up, gaining another 40 pounds on top of the weight that I gained back that I had already lost. And now here I am, week 17, down 40 pounds, and I feel awesome. And I feel like this might work. I would be lying if I said I wasn't hesitant, because everything I've ever tried has failed. I have no reason to believe that this won't fail. I have no reason to believe that this is going to be as easy as it has been. For me so far, I understand that there's going to be a certain level of work involved in keeping my weight where it should be. But it's been a very interesting walk for me. And I just couldn't be happier to be back at this weight. And I just couldn't be happier or more excited to figure out where this goes next. What happens next? How low am I gonna go? So I'll give you updates as I go. Like, I remember very specific weights and different things that I tried at those different weights. So there's my HCG story. I don't really want to talk too much more. I mean, you can ask questions if you want to. But given the experience that I had, I don't really want to promote HCG to anybody. I don't regret doing it to myself because I was researching it at the time and didn't feel that it was harmful, but I think now, hindsight, it was a little bit harmful because I gained all of it and more back. So I just don't really want to promote that too much to anybody. But if you do have, any other questions, I guess I'm happy to answer them. Just, that's all I'm going to say about HCG. Anyway, we are super long already. I hope you are having a successful week. I look forward to talking to you next Tuesday. Actually, on the day. I will try to keep track of my days next week. And I do look forward to having some more success stories to talk to you about. All right, have a good week, guys. I will see you in 7 days. Bye.